Repeat sentence is no doubt a challenging task, and sentences in this task may have various elements that can increase the difficulty. The first one, hard vocabs are included. The second one, numbers are mentioned. The third one, names are said. And the last one, sentence is too long. Watch until the end of this video to see what problems PT learners can encounter and how to solve them, as well as some real repeat sentence questions for you to practice. Hello there, it's Amy, your PT trainer from pt.tools. There are 4 situations that can prevent you from getting your desired score in repeat sentence. And when those 4 situations occur, candidates may encounter the following troubles. The first one, they can minimize the ability to understand the meaning of the sentence. The fact that understanding a long sentence helps memorizing the sentence for a longer time is so obvious that everyone must not deny. When new or strange words appear in the text, candidates have the tendency to panic and cannot proceed with the next part of the sentence. Therefore, not being able to grasp the general context of the sentence may cause candidates a huge trouble. Problem number 2, oral fluency can be heavily affected. This task expects candidates to be able to repeat the sentence in a smooth, effortless, and natural rate of speech with appropriate phrasing. However, it can be a huge challenge to avoid hesitations, repetitions, and false starts if the provided sentence includes difficult, long, or new words. Despite having tips, tricks to treat those cases, the struggle when dealing with those cases is undeniable. The third trouble, to focus on content and forget about oral fluency. There is a common misunderstanding that candidates need to repeat more words from the content without caring much about the oral fluency to get a higher score. However, based on the PT scoring algorithm, candidates can get 2 out of 3 points for just 50% of the words repeated. Therefore, don't sacrifice 5 points of oral fluency for only 1 more point of content. There is no difference between repeating 50% of content and 80 to 90% of content. How you speak contributes to the score more than what you say. The next problem, self-correct. Self-correction happens when candidates try to correct an inaccurately said word with the hope to get 1 more point. However, they will lose 2 points instead because of 1 repetition and 1 insertion. Lesson learned. If you have accidentally said an incorrect word, don't be too worried. Move on to the next word. And there are some tips to remember long and hard sentences. The first tip, focus on the meaning of the sentence because understanding the context helps remember the sentence. Tip number 2, remember the sentence in chunks. That means in phrases of words. Tip number 3, candidates can get 2 out of 3 points for 50% content repeated. Therefore, don't be obsessed by the idea of having to repeat 100% of the content. Oral fluency is the most important criterion. The next tip, you can try to remember the sentence visually. Create a mental picture as you listen to the context, then try to recreate the sentence. And the next tip is optional. For those who find it difficult to remember long sentences, you can take notes. However, you should abbreviate the sentence, don't write the whole thing. And the last tip, practice makes perfect. Visit pt.tools to practice 100% real exam questions. Now, let's listen to some real repeat sentence questions and see how you do.
If the journal is paginated by issue, include the issue number in parentheses.
The distinction is somewhat arbitrary, but remains useful nonetheless.
The preliminary bibliography will be due in the week before spring break.
Whether this submission was deliberate or inadvertent was impossible to know.
The topic of next week's colloquium will be nuclear disarmament.
The minimal mark for distinction grade is no less than 75%.
To contact the Education faculty, call the Secretary on extension 401.
Half of the languages spoken in the world today will be dead by the year 2100.
Basketball was created in 1891 by a physical education instructor.
In 1830, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America.
Please take these up to Mr. Mitchell, in the chemistry lab.
We are delighted to have Professor Robert join our faculty.
If you've forgotten your student number, you'll need to contact Jenny Bryce.
Professor Gordon just called a few minutes ago.
Graphs representing northern and southern industrial production show significant differences.
By logging into the website, you read all terms and conditions regarding your enrollment.
The psychology department is looking for volunteers to be involved in research projects.
Several copies must be supplied to the university to fulfill the degree's requirement.
Students are expected to observe the honor code in academic pursuit and the university representatives.
Our university has strong partnerships with industry as well as collaborative relationships with government bodies.
Okay, how did you do? If you want to practice more re-exam questions, visit pt.tools now. Come on. Oh wait, before you leave, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!